I hear what you're saying, oh, they're average men and they should be open to dating single moms, I think that's setting most men up for failure. You're pretty much telling men that they're not valuable enough to even meet a woman that is, prepared for them. That woman had a kid with somebody else. I don't care how it worked out or didn't work out. Her bringing in another man's seed is problematic.
Well, I don't have. Okay, I'm put like this.
We're gonna do that in the back chat.
Okay, because it's like for real though. I'm not having trouble. But it seems like the tall men are hoes. So it's like I want something like 5'9". I want like 5'9", 5'7" type man. I'm tired of the tall men.
5'9" men are hoes. That's what he's saying. That's just that,
But the short men gotta.
Oh, girl. Okay.
Them tall men be them short men. So yeah. So if you got something in that height range, we're talking the back chat. But that's all I had to say.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, Trev. What I was going to say is, if we say that, not we, but in the space, I hear a lot. That the not to date single moms. They kind of lower their value. But maybe the solution is we should be telling all the average men to go for the single moms, like get you, what you can. And y'all let me know if I sound crazy. It makes sense in my head, right? Let's say all the guys in the comments are average guys, but I always see all the guys in the comments talking about single moms. I think y'all found your match. If that's the
right,
thing. Explain it to me.
You sound crazy.
Respectfully, mom's player. So I know what you're saying, but listen, a lot of dudes, particularly black men, I don't know if people know this, but black men are most likely to become, or most willing to become a stepdad, right? So that's, people aren't avoiding them like the plague. Just because you hear the cats in the red pill space who usually don't know what the fuck they're talking about say this, it doesn't mean everybody's doing that. Most people don't have the option to be that selective. There's plenty of women out here, single moms. You got to go in some of these spaces, and if you look at dating profiles, they'll literally say that they are my priority. It's a package deal and all kind of goofy shit that don't deter men anyway. These dudes are willing to deal with the children and all that, but the women still, even with that small issue they have, don't want to go ahead and date these men with no kids.
Okay.
It's bad out here, man.
I want to hear true go.
He was good. You good. We conversing. Respectfully, I appreciate you trying to bring balance, because I'm starting to understand, your stick, your talent. But I'm gonna go back to the question. Are people asking for too much in dating? I'll say no. I think the problem is that not enough men actually understand that they can actually require more. And I think that's something that's kind of new. Most guys, like y'all saying, when I hear what you're saying, oh, they're average men and they should be open to dating single moms, I think that's setting most men up for failure. You're pretty much telling men that they're not valuable enough to even meet a woman that is, prepared for them. That woman had a kid with somebody else. I don't care how it worked out or didn't work out. Her bringing in another man's seed is problematic. And most dudes don't have the fortitude, maturity, talent to know how to navigate a situation like that, let alone a woman. So I think that you're setting most dudes up for failure, mainly because those are dynamics that require a lot of communication, a lot of development. I think a man will be better off finding a woman that's more in line with trying to connect with him on his level. Now, if somehow, some way they link up and she just so happens to have a child, and I've said this to women, they need to be better than the women without kids. A single mom should be better. I shouldn't even know you got kids. That's how dope you need to be. But most women can't pull that off. That's the problem. It's not the single mom situation. It's the fact that you cannot not be a mom. Like, everything in your life is centered around them children, great, good. But no dude, in my opinion, should have to deal with that. And to commercialize that and be like, oh, well, they're average, so you go ahead and get the scraps or the sidelines, the runner-ups. I don't know. For my love for, in a sense, for the men and what we stand for, I can't endorse that.
Well, true. You got to understand what I was just educated on, right? I was just told that the niggas can't even get a date, right? Because I said, you're not about to tell me these niggas can't get a date. They said, are you crazy, man? They can't get a date. So if you're telling me that these niggas can't even get a date, you can't be picky. Go and get you a single mom of 4 or 5. Go and get you a single mom of 5.
Now I hear you, and that makes sense theoretically. I say it like this: if they need to date single moms to get their numbers up, no doubt do that. But understand and be honest about it too, because I personally don't think it's that difficult to get date. I think a lot of dudes are relationally retarded. They don't have an understanding on how to approach women. They don't have talents. Their life's not that interesting. And most dudes, what they do is they walk in with a template. So basically, if I have a job, I brush my teeth, I relatively dress okay, I should get women. That's how dudes think. They don't understand it takes so much more than that, bro. And so if they're not getting dates, then they need to hit up Trev or maybe hit up you, maybe even myself, so we can give them some basics, because it's really not that difficult.
Okay. That was my position. I thought it wasn't that difficult, you know. So that's the only reason I went to that option, is because I was told these niggas can't they can't do nothing out here. So
I see the issue is we're not vetting properly while we're dating. Like, we say that word sounds very good, but it's just not happening. Obviously, the results are showing. I agree with what True is saying as far as like people are not asking for enough of what they actually require and desire. They're like asking for too much unrealistic things. Like, it's superficial, it's ambiguous, like there's no real specificity. And I agree with what Lakeisha was saying. Like, a lot of people are asking for more than what they're willing to give, and that's an issue. Like, that's reciprocity at its finest. I think there's a lot of performativity versus genuine intentionality within relationships. And like I say, if people were properly vetting, they would see this happening and they wouldn't be ignoring this. I think desperation too. People are just wanting to have somebody that they're just accepting a lot of things that they shouldn't. And again, I just think people are just not willing to be alone. I think they're just trying to appeal or appear to be something for other people's approval or validation. And I don't agree with that, but to each their own. Like I said, I think they're just scared of waiting, and they're scared of rejections. Like, you're scared of waiting to do the process of a relationship sometimes because it doesn't work out. So it's like you will hold on to something even though you know it's not the best for you. Like, just handle the rejection, handle that this didn't work out, learn your lesson, and move on. I think the illusion of options that has created a false sense of choice for people, and we've spoken about that. I just think trump quality. You can have a lot of people in your life. You can run through both men and women, but that doesn't mean they're going to trump the quality of a real, actual relationship. I won't blame social media. But I will say there is a deterioration in the fabric and the foundation of relationships. And I just think that's because people play too many games. I just do. I think marriage is no longer desirable. And I think that's because people are always thinking there's like another plateau. Like, well, if I got you, who else is there out there? Instead of just investing in your relationship, it's like a microwave syndrome. That's what I call it. Everybody's so quick. It's like, ooh, 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 ooh. But you can't cook everything in a microwave, right? And I've said that before. Certain things you have to cook in an oven. So you have to wait. But people don't want to do that. There's like high impatience right now. And I also think, and I'm going to get after this, I just think there's not a lot of proper examples. Like, when people are looking to other people in terms of like relationships, marriages, ideals, they're looking for imitation. Like, they don't want people to discuss the things that went wrong, or people who are presenting themselves. It's that image of perfection. I need to know what went wrong in your marriage or relationships, because that's what happens. Everything is not peaches and cream and roses and rainbows. And I think we get too much of everything is great here, right? And it's not. And that creates a disassociation and a disconnection. And overall, I just think people are lazy. Like, again, you guys, these relationships, willing to work on them and wait for the results, because you always think somebody else gonna give you what you're not getting as quick as you getting it. I land.